Welcome to 7th grade Medieval to Modern World History. My name is Mr. McFadden. This will be a quick overview of the course. So, a little introduction. This 6-week course covers the medieval to modern world history. And at the end of the course, there's going to be a comprehensive final that covers over each module. The first module is going to cover Europe during medieval times. And then we're going to hop over to Islam during medieval times. South Asia from the years 300 to 1200 CE. Module number 4 is the culture and kingdoms of West Africa. And then we will go into Imperial China and Japan during the medieval times. And then that'll conclude the course with a final. The way you'll access a lot of the way you'll be submitting the course material will be through the DUSD Canvas, and you can sign on to that with your Downey email and your password. And then all the TCI slides and handbooks will be embedded directly into the course here. The way the grading is going to work is each assignment is going to be worth 10 points. The module as a whole will be worth 40 points. So we see module 1, total 40 points, so on and so forth. The readings for each assignment is linked here as well as inside the module. So if you ever want to access the readings, you can just click right there for the introduction in the world in 300 CE. And then the reading loads right up here. So all the readings are embedded on the home page under grades, and they're also embedded in the assignments themselves. So this goes over the grading criteria for each module, and at the end it shows that the final will be worth 100 points, and the course total will be a total of 340 points. The syllabus goes over the course materials, the expectations of the class, and any resources you may need. The course objectives goes over all the learning objectives that you'll be learning throughout the class, as well as the essential question that goes along with that course learning objective. For the tab that says assignment types, these are where you'll find your due, create, and absorb assignments. But since this is a history class, we decided to label them a little something different. The first is visual discovery, where students view, touch, interpret, and bring to life compelling images, turning what is usually a passive, teacher centered activity or a lecture into a dynamic, participative experience. Then we have the social studies skills builder, where they're building upon some skills. Um, an experiential exercise where they're using their body and tapping into that kinesthetic form of learning. Writing for understanding, where we're learning about the historical content, but we're also writing. And we have a response group where we're going to be discussing certain issues that have to do with social studies courses, and then problem solving group work. So those are all the different types of activities that we'll be doing in this course. When we get into each individual module, we have our module learning objective, not to be confused with the course learning objectives. The course learning objectives is what you'll be getting out of the whole course. The module learning objectives are the goals or objectives that I wish you guys to get out of each lesson. And then on each module, we have a lesson breakdown for each lesson. So the reading will be linked in right here. This is the same reading that we saw on that home page when we opened up the world in 300 CE. So you just click on the link and the reading will open right up. The interactive handbook right here goes side by side with those readings and provides you kind of like a structured note-taking guide, and these will be your keys to the final at the end, having making sure all of your note-taking guides are complete and those handbooks are all finished. That's where you'll earn those 10 points. The activity right here, where it says the visual discovery, all these activities will be found and completed inside your interactive handbook. Every lesson has an essential question or essential historical question. There's a preview or a warm up for every lesson, and then it also has a time. It shows you about how long each of these lessons will take, and then processing. This is like your wrap up. How are we processing this information? Um, If there's course objectives that come along with this lesson, the objectives will be there as well. And then after the processing, sometimes there's a little added section about sites of encounter. This is going to be one of the key questions on that final. What is a site of encounter and how has it shaped this time period of history? So each of the modules are formatted exactly the same, and at the very end, there's a module review video that helps you get a deeper understanding of the content material. So module 1 is about Europe during medieval times, like I said before. 2, I'll go over just a couple of these modules so you guys get an idea of what they look like. We have Islam during medieval times, and it has the same exact structure. Some of the processing are optional because the lessons are already pretty long. Like this one's 180 minutes, so the processing portion will be optional on the longer lessons. But you see here when the activity um, is shorter than before, sometimes the processing will still be required if I feel like it's an important part of the lesson. So you'll go through each individual module, you'll finish one, then move on to two, three, so on and so forth. And then when we get to the end of the course, we have our final. So the directions read after completing the 6 modules of the course, you're required to take a comprehensive final. The questions cover all 6 modules, and the interactive handbooks will be a great guide and reference for this exam. The final is worth 100 points and is due at the end of the course. So they are all multiple choice questions, but they all fit different questioning types and require you to do different things. Some have maps that you have to analyze, some have images you have to analyze, some are comparison questions, some are just basic informative questions. So there's all different types of questions. Some of you may have to complete the list. And then the final question is a short response on sites of encountering minimum 5 questions. So, if at any time throughout the course you have any questions, the contact information will be either found in the syllabus or on the home page under the navigation. If you have any questions, please email Mr. McFadden at rmcfadden@dusc.net. Good luck on the course, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.